Hi, my name is Katarina Sullivan and I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. So we have just seen the third and final leaders debate tonight. I will do a recap video on this, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. Didn't happen until 9:10 p.m. tonight because wait for it, Big Brother is more important, and what an Orwellian irony for you. So in the meantime, we're going to run through some voting basics. First up, let's look at who needs to vote. If you are registered to vote, it is compulsory to vote at the 2022 federal election. If you're an Australian citizen aged 18 or over or an eligible British subject, you should be enrolled to vote. If you are unsure whether or not you are enrolled to vote, head to www.aec.gov.au to check your registration. Next question, where should you vote? Again, I'm going to point you towards the AEC website. They will give you a list of locations as to where you can vote. For early voting, the locations are usually some type of community centre or multi-purpose venue. On election days, you will usually find yourself voting at a local school, but make sure you check the AEC website to confirm that your local school does in fact offer voting on election day. What is my electorate? Well, you can find out via, you guessed it, the AEC website. You will technically have two areas in which you vote. The first is in your electorate. This is an area made up of approximately 150,000 people in your suburb and potential surrounding suburbs. You will vote to elect one candidate for your electorate by filling out the lower house voting paper. For those living regionally, it's not so much a suburb, it could be an area. You think about Durack, one of the biggest electorates in this country in far northwestern Australia. It's more than just a suburb. The next area you vote in is your state or territory. This is the upper house voting paper, which in another display of irony is one of the main reasons we need to take action on climate change. The voting paper is massive. If you live in a state, you will fill out this paper to ultimately elect 12 senators. If you live in a territory, you will fill out this paper to elect 2 senators. When you go to vote, the person checking your name will have your electorate in front of them and will already have the correct papers to give you. The only real reason you need to know your electorate and state territory is to just double check what they're doing, and also to ensure that before you even start to vote, you've had the chance to research all your candidates and what they stand for, so you can make an informed choice on election day. A list of your candidates for your electorate and your state territory is also available on the AEC website. These are the candidates who will appear on your ballot paper on election day. Researching into your candidates allows you to go through and work out where you want to put your preferences. You don't want to put your second preference next to someone you don't really know or like, because that gives them a chance to become your local member. Get to know your candidates well. And don't forget to contact them about important issues to you for this election. Don't ask them about your recycling bins or the pothole down the road. Remember, this is a federal election, so think federal issues. Now, the best question when it comes to the basics of voting. Why is it important to vote? I hear so many excuses as to why people don't participate in democracy. The first and main one is politics doesn't affect me. Congratulations! You are part of such a privileged population that the way things are right now have no negative impact on your life. But two things could happen here. Firstly, you could vote for the party that is currently making your life easy so it stays easy. Or secondly, you could think about how other people may not be going through such a breezy time politically and make a decision to vote in the best interest of others in the population. The next excuse I hear, I just don't get politics. Hello, that's why I'm here. Ask your questions, see how I can help. There's so many fantastic resources available on the internet to you. Another reason I hear, it doesn't matter how I vote, the outcome isn't going to change. Now, if everyone thought like that, no one would show up to the polls, and who knows what would happen. The awesome thing about democracy is that each voter is a grain of sand that makes up an entire beach. Our power lies in the numbers. and it could come down to the wire for your electorate. So those last few votes, they could count. A big one I've heard this election, I don't like any of the options. Honestly, I sympathize with this so much at the moment. Nothing is really inspiring me this election. And you know what a nerd I am when it comes to politics. The reality is, sometimes there will be politicians who inspire you, sometimes there won't. The important part of voting is to vote for the party that is most aligned to your beliefs. May not be identical, but at least most aligned. Hopefully with time, politicians will understand what we want to see more of by the way our preferences go, and will start heading in that direction. For example, the coalition has had to turn more towards addressing climate change due to the trend towards teal independence and the Greens. They receive this feedback through how you vote on election day. It is so important that even if you're against every party and every candidate, that you at least put your preferences with the candidate who most accurately reflects what you want to see for our future. The last excuse I've heard, voting's such an inconvenience. Oh my goodness, no. Once every 3 years, you are asked to determine the future of our nation for 5 minutes, and then you get a democracy sausage. You've got this, seriously. And there are so many other options. Early voting, postal voting. Unless you have a serious physical or mental barrier to voting, you don't get to whinge about the inconvenience when there is people in other countries literally fighting as we speak for the right to genuine democracy. Democracy is a gift and we should be cherishing it. Rant over. As mentioned in previous videos, you can head on over to my Election 2019 playlist to see more videos on the voting process. I'll be sure to roll out more videos over the coming days for this election. In the meantime, please wait with bated breath for me to upload my final analysis on the final debate. And hopefully I don't have to watch two privileged white men yell at each other again this election campaign. I'm so grateful that it only comes around every 3 years. We should all be clear sailing until May 21st now. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and share my content with friends and family. And I will see you next time. Bye for now.